Whoa, welcome again. It's Osas talking live from Sydney, Australia. I hope you're doing really great. It's 6:33 a.m. right now in Sydney. I'm just about to start. It's cold out here, and I just want to continue from where I left off in the last live stream. That was last week, Friday, yes. And we are doing this, the part two. It says for any father, mother who wants to turn COVID losses to COVID luxuries. This is the part two of it, the second part of this live stream. Yes, if you are a father or a mother, basically who have recorded losses during COVID, everyone has. And I want to start with a friend of mine here in Sydney who passed on 48 hours ago. We lost her to cancer. This live stream has been dedicated to her, Flores Olugbemiro. May her soul rest in peace. She is a mother, a friend, and a close associate of mine. That's the reason why today's stream part two, we had to include mothers into the presentation. Yes, I want to get straight into it. So, if you're overwhelmed by the techie stuff going on around you as a father, you've got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things to shoulder as the head of the family. And we know what's happening right now. There's a lockdown in Sydney. A lot of economic activities has been on halt, and people are losing. A lot of people, a lot of business have suffered losses. If you must know too, like I saw in the news yesterday, the Olympics is being debated in Japan. The Olympics in Japan, they are debating if they should go ahead with it or they should cancel the Olympics because of the COVID, challenge. So that aside, I know that each and everyone out here has got one or two challenges, but then in my own little way and my capacity, I'll do everything I can, as I've always been doing, to help you get past at least one, two, or three or four of those challenges that might be militating against your progress. So perhaps you might be like this father here, or maybe you might be like this mom here who is confused. Everyone is everyone right now is in a lockdown, and you could have scenarios like this. You are overwhelmed with all the responsibilities, homeschooling your kids, and perhaps you don't have a source of livelihood because of the downturn of economic activities. I want to encourage you that there are things you can do right now that will give you more space, more time, and more income. It's about turning your losses to luxury. It's all about concentrating, focusing on your experiences. And when I say your experiences, your faith, your identity, your memories, because these are things that you've not lost. You might have lost money, you might have lost your job, you may have lost loved ones, you may have lost friends, you may have lost touch with people, but you've not lost your memory. You've not lost your integrity. You've not lost your faith. And that's what it's all about. Going back to the last presentation I had, taking a story from Germany, after two world wars, First World War they lost, the Second World War they lost. But they didn't lose their spirit of precision. The Germans are known for precision. Their technologies are done with precision. Even their football, they play football with precision. So what I gather from here is you see men, women, kids, all out in smiles, in high spirits, having their head, hearts, and hands working together because the truth has been revealed for them. They now knew that all what they've been fed with by the Nazis, who were the ruling party as at then, were all lies. That the war was fought on a hoax. So how do you get your head, your heart, and your hands to work in unison? That's what you're about to find out. So a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, I engaged some mothers in this exercise. I call it the hand of heaven. It's not a movement. It's all about having your head, heart, and hands working together. It's about you focusing on that inner strength you have. You build on your experience, you build on your memories. You stop living by default and start living by design. That's what this exercise was all about. So rather than being confused, they concentrated their energy into something they already know how to do. You concentrate your energy on your strength. You focus on your strengths. And that's all the exercise was all about. It's all about getting your attention, your undivided attention, and you're naturally looking inwardly, looking at things you have, your skill sets. There are things you can do that will be of value to the next person, to your neighbor. Now, what was it? What did they achieve? What did we achieve here with such exercise? Getting them to work with their hearts in their hands, like this. Walking, concentrating, focus, the head, heart, and the hands all working together. This is what we call integrity. It brings all your joy, all your losses, the experiences from the losses. It brings everything into full circle. You understand? It's like you're refining your losses. Your heart becomes a refinery. You're now refining it into luxuries. That's what we achieved down here. I remember this lady, her memory, she remembered her favorite character, Moana, and this was what she created. It's a very powerful exercise and a very powerful experience. You could see in the background creations, designs they made. They stopped living by default and started living by design. So this brings back sense of worth. They get back your identity, get back your sense of worth and your confidence. Now, this exercise didn't just end here. It's something that they took home. You understand? It's an improvement in one area of life that spills into other areas of your life. This is what it's all about. You understand what I'm talking about? When you're turning your losses to luxury, it's that simple. They had fun with it. When they got home, they could concentrate on one task, just one task at a time, and it spilled into all areas of their life. I was getting calls from husbands. They were like, "What have you done to my wife? She's now a queen." Everything about them improved. Sex life, everything, marriages growing stronger. These are mothers who participated in it. Because one thing about them, now you have to know about these mothers, there was something common in them. They were migrants, and as you know the story of migrants, they find it hard getting jobs. Jobs that are at par with their skills because they've lost sight of their homelands, they've lost sight of their past life in their previous country of residence. They are now in a new country, Australia. So settling was very tough and very hard for them. It was very difficult for them in getting jobs. They go about searching for work, and at the end, they get rejected. So you know how crazy it could be going through rejection, and rejection, which affects the psyche of the average Joe. But this simple exercise remedied the whole thing. And they are middle-aged adults. They are not techie. But then with this training, they saw fun in everything they did afterwards this training. I can remember Cassie, yes. That's her name. Yeah, that's her. Yeah. She had fun. She's in her 50s. When she went through this exercise, the head, the heart, and the hands working together in unison, that's integrity. Getting our memories back, turning our memories into luxury, refining the losses, getting the experiences as raw materials into the new life. These are things. It's something you will love. And at the end of the day, you'll come up with smiles like this. I got calls, I remember. That's it. Her husband was blown away because the outcome was unlimited, you know. Your life, everything improves. That's what happened to all these ladies. It's the same thing we saw here in Germany. Here in Germany, where they turned their losses to luxury. That's what the Germans did. They lost the war, they lost their territory, they lost their women to the occupiers. Remember the story. The the Yanks had their women, spoils of war. They lost their women, they lost everything. But one thing that they did not lose their precision. They did not lose that spirit of creating value, of being the best. And that's why in the ranking, the passport ranking, I want to take you back to the passport ranking. They sat on top. Germany number 1, Singapore number 2, and Denmark occupying number 3. Denmark, Finland, France, Italy, Japan, Norway, Sweden, and United Kingdom occupying number 3. But as of 2021, the latest ranking, Germany fell to number 3, Japan took number 1 space, and Singapore remained number 2. But there's something you must know about the 3 countries. They suffered the same fate. The Japanese suffered defeat in 1945 alongside Germany, while Singapore was kicked out of Malaysia. They were rejected by Malaysia on the basis of corruption. But that didn't deter them. They worked together as a nation in building a national identity, characters. That's what I'm talking about. You bank on your character. So as a mother or as a father, you might have lost your job, you might have lost your friends, you might have lost your money, you might have lost hope, like this father here. You might have lost some friends, you know. You might even have lost some loved ones, like myself, who lost a friend 2 days ago to cancer. But the key thing is that don't lose your faith. Don't lose your identity. Don't lose your integrity. Don't lose your memory. Those are the materials you have to refine into luxuries. That's how the cookie crumbles. And when you do that, you end up smiling. You can see principles always, they are evergreen. The Germans smile to the top. They smiled to the top. They embraced change. And they smiled all the way to the top, just like these mothers. See them smiling. You can imagine, from 1940s down to the 21st century, the principles still work. It's evergreen. So don't be confused by the tactics and strategies and all that whatnot the gurus are throwing out here on the internet. You know, you're getting confused, getting overwhelmed by those stuff. That should not be your portion. Rather, key into evergreen principles. That's what I want you to understand, take away from this stream. Key into principles. These principles, when key into it, take the power of focus, and you would change your story. You would change your fortune from failure to treasure, from insults to results, from losses to luxury. You have a comeback from setbacks. It's that simple. Now I have to rank it out here. Like I said, these are going to be short streams, and I told you, last time that this is just a pre-launch. 7th of August is around the corner. That's my birthday, and that's when the cart will be open. And hopefully, we're going to start with 30 fathers. We are still fine-tuning the methodologies that will be used. We'll start with 30 fathers first, and I'll scale it to 300 after 90 days. I just pray that you don't miss the boat anyway, because it's something that you will want to miss. It's bloody simple. It's just like what you've seen on your screen, but we fine-tuned it. It's now online. This was what I did 2 years ago. It was an offline success. Now I'm bringing it online. The license will be available on the 7th of August, from the 7th of August, and then I'll start taking fathers. But be that as it may, for now, I just gotta go. My coffee is here. It's bloody cold, and we're in a lockdown here in Sydney. We'll see how things pan out. There are stricter rules right now. Hopefully, if 30th of July, the lockdown is not over, I'm still going to be here by Friday. I'm going to be doing the streaming till 7th of August anyway. But then I'm supposed to be in the camp with future leaders. That's the children we are training for the future, to take over the mantle of leadership across the globe. Whatever the case may be, the next stream we are going to find out what the camp is like. I'm going to give you a brief run of it. So I want to take your time. I have to leave now. So until then, be nice. Take your time, relax, enjoy yourself while the lockdown lasts, learn something new, get in contact with an old friend, because remember, when there is life, there is hope. The reason why we are alive is to associate, is to relate with one another. Thank you, and God be with you. See you later. Bless you.